Kendrick Lamar, the king of hip hop, has literally popped out for the entire year of 2024 and has no plans of going back inside anytime soon, as Kendrick has officially announced his new stadium tour, properly titled the Grand National Tour, in homage to the 1987 GNX car and title of Kendrick's latest album, GNX, which is set to start in May 2025, alongside with the current queen of R&B, SZA. A perfect way to have another historic year in 2025, as Kendrick is lined up for the Super Bowl halftime show February 9th of the same year, where he will be yelling out to millions of viewers watching the Super Bowl halftime show. And now all summer long at Kendrick Lamar and SZA's stadium tour, which includes one night scheduled at Rogers Centre in Toronto on June 12th, home to some of the happiest people and the sweetest pastry in hip-hop, drizzle cake, proving to the entire OVO crew that Kendrick Lamar is really like that and will pop out in the six like it's bag to bag. My initial reaction to the Grand National Tour. I appreciate how Kendrick Lamar is creating an entire album rollout for GNX by including the name of his recent album as the title and theme for his upcoming tour, as initially some hip-hop media outlets were trying to confirm this album as a mixtape when it was initially released, when this album will literally become one of Kendrick Lamar's greatest albums from his discography. In my humble opinion, GNX will be one of Kendrick's greatest albums from his catalog within 1 to 2 years. I'm not ready to put it at that top 3 spot yet because there's so many great albums from Kendrick if you are a huge fan of his. You don't got to be a glazer like me. But with GNX, very similar to Damn, it has so much replay value for any casual hip hop listener. But more importantly, it has amazing songs that you can go back to and feel great to listen to and actually enjoy. GNX is right up there with Damn, but I'm not ready to give it the top 3, top 2, top 1 placement just yet. But because this album was released at the end of 2024, I do feel it deserves a true rollout for 2025, so we can really appreciate the longevity of the rollout, not just in 2024, but now for next year. And at the stadium tour, with this album being highlighted based off the name of the tour, it's a really exciting moment for Kendrick Lamar fans who really love this album. Some Kendrick Lamar fans that I have in my comment section, let me know if you feel like this is the best album. Some already are saying that GNX is their favorite album from Kendrick Lamar, who have been fans of his from Section 80 like myself. Whether it's your favorite album or not, we can all agree that GNX is one of Kendrick Lamar's best albums that he's released in the last 5 years for any casual hip hop listener, showing that the movement that Kendrick Lamar had in 2024 is much bigger than Drizzle Cake, and now having GNX be a movement for the rest of the 2020s decade. I think Kendrick picked the perfect artist to go on tour with SZA arguably having two of some of the best songs off Kendrick's album GNX, with easily one of them being a top 3 record from GNX, ironically track number 3, Luther.
Better days coming for sure. If it was up to me, I'd give you everything. You go in, out, slow.
With Luther alone, it's the perfect blend of the king of rap and the queen of R&B, giving a melodic hip-hop R&B sound record where you've never heard from Kendrick before. Yeah, he has some R&B records like Loyalty, which I think is an amazing record, don't get me wrong, but with Luther, it's just different. Like Kendrick is going into SZA's world and she's like, come on, like you're invited. You've always been here. I know I had a thing with Drizzle Cake, but it's over. We're done. I'm back with TDE. Why don't you have SZA perform some of her own records? Since it's kind of like their own tour, it doesn't seem like she's a headliner. It seems like she's actually going on tour with Kendrick. So give SZA some chances to play some songs from SOS, from Control, which is still my favorite album. Oh my God, I love that album. And then let's also go into Kendrick Lamar. I obviously want to hear GNX. I want to hear the entire album. I want to be peekaboo, you know?
They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing, huh? Peekaboo.
When I'm at the stadium. So I definitely want that. But when it comes to other albums, I really want to hear Mr. Morale and the Big Stepper. If we can get Section 80, Overly Dedicated, I would really, really be happy with that. So I'm super excited to hear GNX, but I'm also excited to hear the other classics that Kendrick Lamar has, giving real hip hop music to real hip hop fans that want to hear good music, not that sugar-coated champagne cereal up north.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Staring at your dress cause it's see-through. Say that you a lesbian, girl, me too.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Yeah, girls want girls.
Silly Drizzy, tricks are for kids. Potential opening acts I would love at Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Grand National Tour would first include Vince Staples. Vince is highly underrated as a rapper. Most people consider him as a comedian first, similar to how Tyler the Creator started in his own rap career, where people were not taking him serious with Bastard, with Goblin. But there came a point where everybody started to appreciate Tyler's music. Later with amazing albums like Flower Boy, Igor, Call Me If You Get Lost, Chromacopia, Vince Staples has his own body of albums that are incredible, including Ramona Park Broke My Heart, that was released in 2022, my favorite album from Vince, and his most recent highly acclaimed 2024 album, Dark Times. In my humble opinion, could easily be considered one of the best rap albums of 2024, but was unfortunately overlooked by so many other albums this year that were released that are also incredible. We can't forget about Schoolboy Q. If we have a TDE reunion again with Absol, I feel like they're all going to be there. Like, they're all supporting Kendrick right now with his rollout. They were at the pop out. So of course we're going to get TDE, but I would love to have Vince Staples as an opening act just so he can go on stage with Kendrick, because he wasn't able to go to the pop out in France because he had his own obligations going on tour for his own album. So I respect it. As far as anybody else, maybe Doechii, because I do feel like with Doechii, she had her opportunity with Doja Cat. She was an opening act for her Scarlet tour. Doechii also did a show for Beyonce, the Beyonce, for her Renaissance tour, as I mentioned a couple of times on this channel. But I do feel like Doechii is one of those girls, and Kendrick Lamar stated it himself. So a perfect opportunity for Doechii to be on the opening stage for Kendrick Lamar's and SZA stadium tour. And plus, Doechii and SZA have their song Persuasive. Well, not their song, but it's a remix from Doechii, and SZA's on it. But I'm excited, as you can tell. I definitely think Vince Staples would be the one. And then obviously get Doechii and a full TDE reunion where it's Black Hippie plus SZA, obviously. My final thoughts. Kendrick Lamar just proved to me with the announcement of the Grand National Tour, including SZA, that the narrative of him going into hibernation every 4 to 5 years is a long thing from the past. Kendrick Lamar has definitely been reincarnated as an artist this year in 2024, as he is elevated to a superstar status, where he is now at the point where he is doing stadium tours alongside the Queen of R&B, but more importantly, solidifying himself as a record executive for his new label PG Lang, setting the new blueprint like Jay-Z for hip-hop in 2025 and beyond. No matter what narrative East Coast hip-hop media outlets like Funkmaster Flex and OVO Mall, aka Funkmaster Flex Jr., and DJ Academics, also known as DJ Squirrel, try to play, when it comes to disrespecting the West Coast hip-hop scene, and Kendrick Lamar more specifically, they can never deny that the new king of hip-hop, Kendrick Lamar, has retaken hip-hop back to the West, where it truly belongs. Because if New York can't even uplift their own local artists or support them instead of choosing to pick an OVO bird across the border, well, then I guess they really proved the point that Kendrick made, that the other side of hip-hop is truly not like us, and like Kendrick Lamar. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on this brand new tour announcement from Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Not just Kendrick's tour, but also SZA. I mean, respect the Queen of R&B. Do you think it's a great choice for them to go together? Obviously with the songs that they have on GNX, like I mentioned in the video, but they have great chemistry together. The fans are going to just go nuts at the stadium. I cannot wait. I don't know which one I'm going to. I'm thinking about Inglewood. I went there for the pop out, but I'm thinking Arizona, Nevada. I don't care. As long as I get a ticket, I'm going to get a ticket. But let me know what city you're going to be going to. Until next time, go be amazing and have an amazing day.